Okay, welcome. Now, if you've been following the channel since I started it, you've seen dramatic changes to the background, to how I record, the angles, and all the different things. And now that we've been together for 3 months, I would love to sit down and walk you through what I've built here. And of course, huge thanks to those who've contributed through Patreon. Huge thanks to those who've contributed through the live streams, through joining the channel on YouTube. Every single penny that you have contributed has gone into this studio. So thank you so much. And for those that are interested in all the specific details, I've created a Google Sheet, which I have in the description, which you can access, as well as all the links that I use to purchase the equipment, as well as the price and the different settings that I use. So if you want to use the same equipment I have everything on a spreadsheet for you to access. There's 5 primary categories that are broken down in my studio. Those 5 are video, lighting, sound, computer, and software, and lastly, miscellaneous. So it's all the knickknacks that you might see in the background or things that you might not see on camera. Let's get started with video. So for video, I use a Canon EOS M50 Mark II, the kit purchased from Best Buy. I paid $900 when I purchased the Canon kit from Best Buy. The kit comes with a 15 to 45 millimeter lens, which is exactly what I use to record my videos. In case you're interested, the settings that I use is 24 frames, 1080p, 400 ISO, 1/50th shutter speed at f/4.5. There's so many people that reached out to me recommending cameras, and this one was a huge one that came through. And from all the reviews that I read, it seemed to be very high performing, and I'm very happy with its performance. I shoot in 1080p, but there's also an ability to do 4K, but in 4K it doesn't have autofocus. And I was sort of struggling a little bit to get the camera to focus a specific way, and I had to do it manually. And it just became kind of a hassle. So I left it at 1080p, and it doesn't seem like my video quality has hurt too much by doing that. So I kept it at 1080p. Now for the tripod, it's a Gikoto 77-inch tripod. I purchased this on Amazon. This you can find for $77 right on the store. I really like this tripod because it's very, very sturdy. And from all the reviews that I saw, they all said that it's a super sturdy tripod and it's very easy to sort of swivel and get exactly where you need. And I found exactly that. So if you're looking for a tripod, even if it's just for traveling, it's very compact. I highly, highly recommend this tripod. Next, one of the biggest things that I struggled with was ensuring that I had enough battery life in the camera. But then I found out you're able to use a power adapter for the camera to ensure that it never runs out of juice, essentially. And I found this charging adapter on Amazon as well. It's called the Rasus or something, 5-8.4 volt USB drive cable. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to record indefinitely and use the camera as a webcam hooked up to my computer. And I never have to worry about recharging the camera. This thing can record for essentially hours on end, and I never have to worry about getting the camera recharged. In addition, since I have a USB running from the camera to the computer, I don't have to store anything on an SD card. Everything is recorded directly into the computer, and I'll show you what software I use when we get to that part of the video. Next, we'll start with the primary light. I use a Godox SL60 watt CRI 95 plus LED. These names are always so freaking long. This one I also purchased from Amazon, and you'll find that a lot of these things I purchased from Amazon, I found it for $139. And this one I have at 40% brightness, and it's roughly an arm's length away from me. It's like, I don't know if you can see my hand. It's somewhere over here, right outside of the shot, which is causing this lighting effect on my face here. Next, I got the softbox, which is actually the thing that creates the softness. It's this huge thing that's attached to the light. I also bought this on Amazon. This one was $59. And again, it gives me the ability to make it really, really soft. And this light box essentially gets it diffused over my face, so I don't have as many bright spots on my face, I guess. That's the way my wife explained it to me. My wife's really the one that for all the lighting things and the camera and everything like that is the one that did all the research. And so this light box really allows the light to be as filtered and as diffused as possible so it doesn't create any harshness on my face. How do I look? Do I look good? What do you think? Now I also have a secondary light that's meant to light the other side of my face a little bit and also give me a little bit of separation between the forefront and the background. For the secondary light, I use a ring light. It's a Neewer 18-inch ring light kit. It's $108. And again, I bought this from Amazon. And this one I'm playing with the brightness. I go from 100% to sort of like 20%. And this is where I'm experimenting with the look. I kind of like the lower setting because it doesn't wash out the background as much, but I continue to mess around with it. I also have a diffuser right on the ring light as well. This is an 18-inch collapsible diffuser for the ring light. This one's $16 on Amazon. And if we keep going with the lighting, I also have a background LED light, which I have set up right here next to the primary light. This one is a WeLight RB9 RGBW LED light. This one you can find on Amazon for $90. And so what I've done here is that I use this to sort of set up the background color in my studio. And so sometimes I'll use sort of an orangey color. Now I'm using a blue color. I'll probably experiment with different colors as we go along. And what's cool about these lights is that you can have multiple setups. So you can have, say, a blue one on one side, I don't know, green on another side. It makes it really nice to sort of set up an ambiance behind you. And lastly, for these lights, especially the primary light and the LED light, I use just the Amazon Basics aluminum light photography stands from Amazon. I bought 2 of them. Each of them is $18, and that obviously allows me to set up the lights exactly where I need them to be. Next, for sound, I use a Blue Yeti USB microphone. I bought this thing, I don't know, like 6-7 years ago. They run for about $100 now. You can find it on Amazon. And it's something that when I read the reviews, it seemed like a really good bang for your buck. And of course, I've had it for a long time and I didn't really find it used to buy a new mic. It seems like the audio has been getting better and it's sort of at a good place now. So I'm just going to keep going with it until I need to replace it. I also have an arm stand that's hooked up to my desk. This thing is $24 on Amazon. And this arm stand is really helpful for just getting the microphone exactly where I need it to be. I try to put it right here, usually sort of point it to my mouth and not blocking my face. I could put it here and sort of tilt it over, but I don't know, that kind of looks weird to me. But if you like that look better, let me know if that's a better look. But you know, if I go like this, it might give me better sound. I don't know. So I've been experimenting and seeing what it's like. So you guys let me know what you think. For the headphones, I use a SteelSeries Arctic 7 wireless PC headset you can find on Amazon for about $100. I do also use AirPod Pros for certain interviews, but these are my primary headsets when I'm editing and doing all that other work. And then to reduce reverb in the studio, I use noise dampening hexagons. These are Dekiru's 12-pack acoustic panels. Each 12-pack costs $37. And I've purchased 7 different 12-packs to really fill out this wall. Some of the background here as well. You can see some of the background things that I have going on. These are the same exact hexagons that I use for this entire wall behind us that we can't see. And I found them to look sleek and they also do a pretty good job with the reverb. I'll probably continue adding more hexagons to the room as the income from this channel continues to grow. The one thing I realized is like, man, like a lot of rooms have a lot of reverb. It's like really hard to get reverb out of a room. And these are doing a pretty good job, but I also wanted something that looked good. So when I came in the room, I'm like, oh, cool. I want to sort of make a video, right? To kind of hype me up to make a video. So I'm going to continue investing in these over time as the income of this channel grows. And if you want to help grow the income of this channel, clicking like on my videos helps the algorithm spread these to as many people as possible. And then you can obviously also become a patron supporter or join the channel, which I really, really appreciate if you'd like to do so. Now for these hexagons to go on the wall, I use these tape squares that I bought from Amazon as well. It's a 180 pack double-sided foam tape. One pack is $15 and you get 180 of these little squares, which are very helpful on getting these hexagons sort of pasted to the wall. Next, you'll also notice from time to time, I play my guitar on streams and at the end of videos, I have this guitar interface that I use to get the sound directly into the computer. It's called a Focusrite Scarlett Solo 3rd Gen USB interface. And what's really cool about this interface is that you don't really need it to use it for guitars. Anything that has this sort of 1/4 inch plug, like say a microphone or whatever, can go directly into this interface and the interface will just push the sound directly to your computer. So it removes any sort of sounds and it makes it super, super clean into the computer. So if you're recording your vocals or you're recording guitar or whatever, as long as you have one of these wires going from that musical instrument or whatever you're using, you can use this to go directly into the computer. Next, we'll go into computer and editing. We'll start with the monitors. I have 2 Dell's 27-inch LED 1440p, 155 hertz monitors that I purchased a while ago. Each of these is $370, which you can find on Amazon. And I find these are both very good for editing. They have very good color accuracy, but they're also excellent for gaming. So if you're a gamer and you like to play in 1440p at 155 hertz, these monitors are badass. And they're a pretty good price for the kind of performance that you get. Now for the computer, I built this computer a while ago as well, probably like a year and a half ago. And here are the overall stats of the computer. So I have an AMD Ryzen 9 3900X, a GeForce GTX 1080. The RAM is a Ripjaw V-Series 32 gigs DDR4, 3200 RAM, a Samsung 970 EVO Plus 500 gigabyte M2 primary hard drive, a Samsung 870 EVO 2 terabyte secondary hard drive that I use to store all the videos and whatnot. For the motherboard, I have an Asus TUF Gaming X70 Plus Wi-Fi. For the power supply, it's a Corsair RM 750 watt 80 plus gold full modular. And lastly, for the case, it's an NZXT H510 white. Now, because of all the different part shortages and the supply chain issues and cryptocurrency going through the roof, a lot of these parts, especially the graphics cards, vary in price tremendously from year to year, even from day to day, it seems like. So this computer, if you put all the prices together, is roughly $2,500 based on today's pricing. However, if you wait a little bit, it might go up or it might go down. So really, if you're trying to build a computer that's similar to this or something that's going to require a video card, just be very mindful that because of cryptocurrency and supply chain issues and chip shortages, these parts sometimes come at a massive premium. So even a 1080, which is what I have, and it's like roughly what, a 2 or 3 year old graphics card now, it's hard to find under $1,200. And this video card has been around for a while. So just keep that in mind. online as you're looking for these parts. Next, for my mouse and keyboard, I use a Corsair Harpoon RGB wireless. And for my keyboard, I use a Corsair K63 compact mechanical keyboard. The mouse is 41 bucks. The mechanical keyboard is 80 bucks. Both of these you can find on Amazon. And I like the accuracy of the mic. It's also used for gaming, and I really like the performance of it in first-person shooters or anything like that. And then I love mechanical keyboards. And this one I found to be really, really helpful for me because it's compact. You'll notice that it doesn't have the numbers that you usually get on the right side of the keyboard, but I like that. I like the compactness of the keyboard. And it feels great to type on it, and I think it looks pretty cool too with the red LEDs. Now, for the editing software, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. It's 250 bucks a year, and I'm very, very happy with it. I was using DaVinci Resolve before I started using Adobe Premiere Pro, and Premiere Pro's performance is so much better. And the ways that it sort of outlines your different options and the ease of use and the UI of the platform is so much better and so much smoother, and it renders videos so much faster. So if you're looking to invest money into editing, I highly recommend getting Adobe Premiere Pro. And there are others out there as well that you can use, but I can personally tell you that Adobe made my life so much easier. So if you're looking to get into video editing, get Adobe Premiere Pro. It's 250 bucks a year. It's definitely not cheap, but if you can swing that kind of money, I highly recommend it. Next, I have these monitor risers. They're Amazon Basic adjustable monitor desk stands. I have two of them, one for each screen. Each one's $19. And I have this to really get the monitors to where I need it to be from an eye level perspective. I have this weird thing where I have a gigantic torso. My torso is like a torso of a 6'4" person, but my limbs are like of a freaking 5'8" person. So I have this really weird setup when I'm typing. And so what I need is my monitors to come up, and I need my desk a specific height so that I have my arms, like at the right place. And yeah, it's a freaking pain in the ass, but I highly recommend getting these to your eye level. What everyone recommends is getting the top of your screen to be at least at eye level or slightly above it, so that it gives you a nice point of view from where you're looking. It doesn't give you that freaking nerd neck that I've had forever. So it helps prevent that, and it also helps reverse it if you have something like I do, which is really bad posture. And then in addition to that posture, to make sure that I'm not freaking sitting at a desk my entire life, I purchased a standing desk, and this is a FlexiSpot EC1 electronic standing desk from Amazon as well. 250 bucks. I found that it was super, super awesome. And what's really cool about it is that it's freaking electric. So I can go down. Oh, that's up, down, down, up. I don't know if you can see it on camera. You can, yeah. How cool is that, right? So it makes it really, really easy to get it exactly where you need to be. And I really, really like the setup that it gives me. And it's very sturdy. I mean, it does shake a little bit if you do move it, but I never notice it. And because I'm on carpet, it's not on the flattest surface. So I love this desk. I love this desk. So if you're looking for a standing desk, I highly recommend this one. Next, I have a desktop riser, which I use to lift the PC off the ground so that not a lot of dust gets in there. It's a Huanu stand riser you can buy from Amazon for 13 bucks, pretty simple. And then lastly, the software that I use to record my videos is OBS, and OBS is completely free. And OBS is something that I use as well to stream and not just to record. So the signal that comes from the camera and my microphone both go directly into OBS, and I can use that source to edit my videos or to push out live streams or whatever. And I found that the quality is pretty good. I know there are other software out there that you can pay for that does the same thing, but I found OBS to fit my needs exactly. And I would highly recommend it if you're looking to do something similar. And then lastly, for some of the knickknacks that I have back here, some of the miscellaneous stuff, you'll see that I have some of the hexagons that I have from the back wall on the wall already. The back table, the lamp, the letters that I use. You'll see the guitars here in a little bit. The guitar wall hangers. I got a little Jon Snow and a Rubik's Cube. I have a Model S car that was gifted to me while I was working at Tesla, one of my favorite things that I have back there. A cute little plant, a South African lion, some books that I've been reading, and every time I read a book, I put it on the shelf there, a couple shelves. I obviously got my guitars on the wall and my amp and my pedal, all the different chords and whatnot. All of these miscellaneous things that I've bought over time. So my guitars, my amps, and all the little knickknacks and the table and the shelves and everything like that. It's about $2,500 total. Obviously, the guitars and the amps are going to be by far the biggest cost here. But on the Google Sheet that I have in the description, you'll be able to go in line by line and see where I got each thing, if I have a link for it, and how much I paid for that thing. And so if we're going to add up all the costs for this studio, so these are obviously things that I bought specifically for the studio, and obviously things that I've also had over time that I purchased that I'm using for the studio, the total cost of the studio is roughly $8,500. However, if you're looking to do a studio that has a similar video quality, similar lighting, and you can just use any computer you have and a microphone that's very similar to the one I have, you can very likely get a studio together that has the same exact visual quality and the microphone for about $1,500 plus whatever computer you use, plus whatever else you want to add. And of course, there's cameras and equipment out there that's going to be much, much cheaper for you to use. But these are the ones I used based on the reviews that I found and also the kind of quality I was looking for. And of course, over time, this will evolve. I'll probably swap out equipment as hopefully this channel continues to grow. And I continue to learn more about equipment, do's and don'ts and all that stuff. So this is what I use right now. And I just wanted to share with you, since you guys have been so awesome in this journey, I'm going to give you a tour of what I have going on. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you throw me a like. And if you want to see more stuff from me, feel free to subscribe. And a quick note before we leave, for those that watch me often, I'll be in Arizona from Monday through Thursday visiting some friends and kind of checking out the area. So my next video will likely not come out until Friday the 11th. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you have an amazing next week, and we'll see you when I come back. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.